The distinction between demolition and wiring can be subjective and may vary depending on the specific circumstances and the practices adopted by different electricians. Here are some general guidelines that may help to clarify the boundary. First, demolition involves removing existing electrical components or fixtures without making any electrical connections. It also involves cutting or breaking materials to remove electrical components such as drywall, studs, or conduit, and disconnecting electrical wires from devices or fixtures. Secondly, wiring includes installing new electrical components or fixtures, running new electrical wires to connect devices or fixtures, and making electrical connections between wires, devices, and fixtures. In the case described, the work performed involved both demolition and wiring. You removed the drywall, disconnected the wires, and removed the existing conduit. You also installed new conduit, pulled new wires, and connected them to new outlets. Electricians may handle this type of situation differently depending on their experience, skill level, and company policies. Some possible approaches include using a separate demo crew, where some electrical companies may have separate crews dedicated to demolition tasks such as removing drywall and cutting conduit. In this case, the wiring crew would not be responsible for the demolition work. Other companies may have electricians who are skilled in both demolition and wiring tasks. In this case, the same electrician would handle both aspects of the work. It's important to note that the time spent on demolition work is typically not billable. Therefore, some electricians may allocate a certain amount of time for demolition tasks when estimating the cost of a job. Based on the description, it sounds like the work performed involved both demolition and wiring. However, depending on the specific circumstances and practices of different electricians, the distinction between demolition and wiring may not always be clear-cut.